gather around, settle in, and let your eyes grow heavy as I weave you a tale of a peculiar, forgotten town, a mysterious clock, and a quiet boy who changed the course of an endless night. Nestled in the hollow of a misty valley, there was a village named Stillhaven. It was an odd place, not for what it had, but for what it lacked: time itself. For as long as anyone could remember, the grand clock in the village square stood frozen, its hands locked at midnight. The stars above, shimmering faintly, seemed to hold their breath as if reluctant to move. In Stillhaven, days did not come, only a strange, quiet twilight that lingered endlessly. The villagers learned to live with it, setting their lives to the rhythm of a sun that never rose. At the heart of this unusual village lived a boy named Edwin. Edwin was a curious sort, with large, thoughtful eyes and a quiet demeanor. He loved to explore the forgotten corners of Stillhaven, the hollowed-out trees, the moss-covered wells, the abandoned mills where wind never blew. His favorite spot, though, was the clock tower itself, where he would climb to the top and stare out over the village. No one ever stopped him. Few cared about the clock anymore. It had been broken so long it was just a part of life. One evening, or whatever one might call the perpetual almost night, Edwin made his way to the clock tower. Climbing its winding staircase, he reached the ancient machinery. Dust motes swirled in the faint lantern light as he traced the intricate gears with his fingers. He'd done this before, but something felt different. A soft hum filled the air, faint but persistent, as though the clock itself was whispering a secret. Curiosity piqued, Edwin leaned in closer and discovered something astonishing. A tiny, flickering light nestled deep within the gears. It pulsed like a heartbeat, its glow warm and alive. The boy reached out, and as his fingers brushed the light, the hum grew louder, more insistent. Then, the world trembled. For the first time in centuries, the hands of the clock began to move. With a creak and groan, the minute hand ticked forward, and a single, resonant chime rang out across the valley. The villagers froze in their tracks, staring at the sky. Above them, the stars began to shift, and the faintest hint of a rosy glow appeared on the horizon. But Edwin, he was gone. The boy found himself in a strange, ethereal place, neither here nor there. Shadows danced on a floor of shimmering light, and above him loomed a figure cloaked in flowing robes. Its face was hidden, but its voice was soft and resonant, like the rustling of leaves. "You have awoken the keeper of time," the figure said. "For centuries, Stillhaven has existed outside the flow of moments. You, child, have begun its journey back." Edwin swallowed hard. Why was it frozen? The keeper gestured, and images appeared in the air. Scenes of chaos and despair, of villagers scrambling as time slipped away too quickly, of a desperate bargain struck to stop the world from spinning altogether. "They feared time's passage," the keeper explained. "So, they trapped themselves in a single moment, safe from change, but barren of growth." Edwin frowned. "But they're not really living." The keeper nodded. "You understand more than most. Will you help set things right?" The boy hesitated, then nodded. "What must I do?" "Bring life to the clock. With each chime, the world will begin to move again. But beware. Time is not kind to those who resist it." Edwin awoke at the base of the clock tower, the keeper's words echoing in his mind. In his hand was a small key, intricate and glowing faintly. It pulsed with the same warmth he'd felt within the clock. He climbed back to the tower and placed the key in a hidden slot he had never noticed before. With a twist, the clock roared to life. Its hands began spinning, faster and faster, as the village awoke from its endless slumber. Colors grew vibrant, shadows shifted, and for the first time in ages, the sun began to rise. The villagers rejoiced, though some wept at the sight of change. Gardens bloomed, children played in the growing light, and Edwin, oh, Edwin, watched it all with quiet satisfaction. The clock ticked steadily now, its hum a gentle reminder that time had returned to Stillhaven. And though Edwin often wondered about the keeper of time and the strange, frozen years, he never forgot the lesson of that endless night. That life, in all its beauty and sorrow, is meant to move forward. So now, my dear listener, close your eyes and let the steady ticking of your own moments carry you into dreams. For even as this story ends, your journey continues. Tick, tock, tick, tock.